Hello and welcome to the Citizen Journalist Show, a show where we believe the news story is a dynamic, living conversation. It's not about us telling you, it's about us talking. On the show, the big stories that make the headlines and the everyday realities that don't.
मुझे पढ़ने की शौक भी है, मुझे हक भी है पढ़ने का। हम खुले आसमान के नीचे पढ़ते हैं। हम इस वक्त बारिश बरसती है, हमको छुट्टी हो जाती है।
मुझे बहुत पढ़ने का शौक है, मैं इंजीनियर बनना चाहता हूँ, बनूँ कैसे?
झारखंड के राजधानी रांची में 3 वर्षीय बच्ची के साथ में 25 वर्ष का ने दुष्कर्म करने की कोशिश की।
हम इतनी ही चाहते हैं कि उसको सजा जरूर मिलना चाहिए, क्योंकि वो नाबालिग है और इतना बड़ा कांड करके वो निकल जाए इस दुनिया में। तो सोचिए कि आप लोग तो क्या मतलब सरकार कुछ नहीं किए उनको।
First on the show, a report that's coming to you in partnership with Video Volunteers. Their community correspondent Nirmala brought to light the incident of a rape of a 3-year-old baby by a 25-year-old man. And even as the family was coming to terms with this assault, they realized that the mere filing of an FIR or a complaint was an arduous task. The report was finally filed after pressure from lawyers and activists. Video Volunteers Nirmala and CNN IBN's Ravi are filing this report.
झारखंड के राजधानी रांची में कटरू चुकाटोली में 3 वर्षीय बच्ची के साथ में 25 वर्ष का ने दुष्कर्म करने की कोशिश की।
My youngest daughter, just 3.5 years of age, was raped just meters away from our home. Her rapist was an acquaintance.
वो अपना मतलब कपड़ा उपड़ा बच्ची का पूरा खोल लिया था और खोलने के बाद वो अपने ऊपर बैठाया हुआ था।
In the bushes near the graveyard behind our house, this 25-year-old man, who she called uncle, did the unthinkable. When she was brought home, she was in complete shock and couldn't even comprehend what had happened. But she managed to tell me the horror of what she had been through.
जो छोटी है 3.5 साल की बेटी है, वही उसी को ले गया था। वही बच्ची हमको बोली कि मामू हमको मतलब उधर ले गया था माँ, और हमको ऐसा बोल रहा था।
Enraged, I decided to report this incident, but filing police complaint proved tough. It was after pressure from women activist group that an FIR was registered. But before the accused could be arrested, our family was harassed and pressurized to take the case back.
गाली गलौज सब कुछ करता है वो लोग। अब बोलता है कि मेरे 3 बेटी है, तो उसमें से कहती है कि बड़ी बेटी को भी फिर वही अन्याय करेंगे, तुम क्या कर लेंगे।
The man was finally arrested but is now out on bail. And 1 year after my daughter was raped, all we ask from the government and the system is justice.
हम इतनी ही चाहते हैं कि उसको सजा जरूर मिलना चाहिए, क्योंकि वो नाबालिग है और इतना बड़ा कांड करके वो निकल जाए इस दुनिया में। तो सोचिए कि आप लोग तो क्या मतलब सरकार कुछ नहीं किए उनको, तो अगले आदमी को तो और ज्यादा ही बढ़ जाएगा ना।
The police have refused to come on record on this story, saying the matter is sub judice. But we here on the Citizen Journalist Show are promising a relentless follow-up. Now to Bangalore, where Vandana Supriya is talking about a disturbing incident when a man flashed at her. Everyone saw it but kept silent. Vandana decided to give the man a chase and took him right up to the police station, where she met with another familiar refrain, an apology instead of action. She's decided to take up the matter further and file a complaint. Shelja Verma has helped her in this Citizen Journalist report.
I am Vandana Supriya. I am an Odissi dancer. Today I have turned citizen journalist to share the incident, what happened with me, and how it's important for us not to remain silent.
It was barely 8 o'clock when I came out for a walk with my sister. While she was on a call, I noticed a man across the street. I felt something was weird and soon realized that this man had unzipped his pants and was flashing me.
I just saw this guy standing opposite to me, and his pants were unzipped and he was flashing at me.
It was a decision I took in a flash. I walked up to him. He started running, but I did not stop. I started chasing him. It was a 2-kilometer run before I could catch him.
By then we saw policemen near DCP Suresh's place, and I told him the incident. And these people, they helped me to find him.
While there were some onlookers who were helpful, there were some only eager to blame me.
Few people were just laughing at me, saying things like that you can't come out at 8 in the night. That's not fair. 8 in the night, why? That's not 12 o'clock. Even I can come at 12 o'clock, but I should be protected.
To my shock, I realized that the police was also dissuading me from filing a case.
I told them, I don't mind coming every day if you want me to come to the station. I don't mind, running around to the court. But I want justice here, man. I want something. You have to do something about it. Today me and tomorrow someone else.
I spoke out, and I hope it will be an encouragement for other women like me to speak out.
Since we have the new government now, I am definitely expecting Modi government to bring a change and make a street more safer for women. This is Vandana Supriya, CJ, CNN, Bangalore.
Your citizen journalist reports can come in any form, even a picture. These are all the videos and pictures we've received on IBNCJ.com.
CJ Anjan Kumar clicked this picture in Bhubaneswar of 3 officers in uniform on one bike and not one of them wearing a helmet. CJ Raman sent these pictures of a private car near Vapi with a red beacon light. Raman says that despite clear ruling by the Supreme Court, the Lal Batti culture has not stopped in India. Another instance of rules being flouted, and this comes from the national capital. CJ Vipul spotted this car with tinted glasses around Pragati Maidan area. Vipul said that this car sped past traffic cops, but no one took notice. In fact, Vipul has also posted these pictures on the Facebook page of Delhi Traffic Police, but has not heard from them. 2 of our CJs in Mumbai, Arun Iyer and Nitin Gaikwad, shot these videos and pictures to show how compartments meant for differently abled in Mumbai locals are being misused. The CJ says that there are regular offenders who crowd the reserved compartment without being apologetic about it. CJ Sudarshan has sent this picture report from Bengaluru. This is what the Niladri road looked like. Complaints to the authorities were going unheeded. That is when local residents took it upon themselves to fill up the potholes. 2 days of hard work resulted in the road looking like this now. The residents are now requesting the authorities to at least tar this stretch. CJ Shafat from Anantnag visited the site of the MiG-21 crash in Jammu and Kashmir on Tuesday. The crash happened as the plane was on a routine sortie. The pilot has lost his life while the co-pilot is reported to be in a critical condition. To Leh now, where the residents are concerned about trees being felled in the main market area. And in the national capital, the recent rains and thunderstorms brought a lot of destruction, some of it captured by our CJ Amit Garg in these photographs. And this special picture report comes to us from CJ Netswara, a voice portal for citizen journalists. The organization is reaching out to Adivasis in Chhattisgarh with dance, drama and puppet show to tell them how they can use their mobile phones to tell the world what is happening around them.
Our next citizen journalist report comes from Jammu and Kashmir. Mohammad Sadiq is a teacher at a mobile school operational in the state. And while the government sanctions midday meals, school uniforms, books, the children are yet to see any of this. Mufti Islah trekked up to the mountains to meet Mohammad Sadiq and the Bakarwal children for whom these mobile schools are absolutely essential. This is their citizen journalist report.
मेरा नाम मोहम्मद सादिक है। मैं एज मोबाइल स्कूल टीचर हूँ। मैं आज इसलिए जर्नलिस्ट बना हूँ ताकि जो ये मोबाइल स्कूलों में टीचर हजरात काम कर रहे हैं और या उनमें बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं, उनके क्या मुश्किलात हैं, उनको किन प्रॉब्लम का सामना करना पड़ता है, इसको हाईलाइट करूँ और आला हुकाम तक पहुँचाना चाहता हूँ।
The schools for the children of the tribal Gujjar and Bakarwals can be anywhere, under a pine tree, behind shrubbery or along a noisy hill stream. In tough terrains and weather conditions, these mobile schools function under open skies. sudden downpour has the students running for shelter and bringing studies to a stop. Situations that these mobile schools have to function in on a daily basis.
मुझे पढ़ने की शौक भी है, मुझे हक भी है पढ़ने का। हम खुले आसमान के नीचे पढ़ते हैं। हम जिस वक्त बारिश बरसती है हमको छुट्टी हो जाती है।
एक हमने वादे नहीं देता, वजीफा नहीं देता।
We don't get books and clothes and we have to sit in the open and study in the jungle.
मुझे बहुत पढ़ने का शौक है, मैं इंजीनियर बनना चाहता हूँ, बनूँ कैसे?
The Jammu and Kashmir government in 2007 started the seasonal schools for tribal children living in the far-fetched areas like Poonch, Doda, Budgam, Kupwara and Kargil. But unfortunately the condition in which they study is deplorable. There is no provision for midday meals in 90% of the schools. There are no blackboards and no stationery supplied, nor is the uniform ever distributed as per the norm.
साल के बाद 2 साल के बाद हमें यहाँ तनख्वाह मिलती है। पूरे बच्चों के लिए जो फैसिलिटी है, इनको जो बुक्स है वो नहीं यहाँ मिलती है, वर्दी नहीं मिलती है, स्कॉलरशिप बच्चों को नहीं देते हैं, मिड डे मील्स नहीं पूरा मिलता है। यहाँ से सरकार का दावा है कि एसएससी के थ्रू बहुत से यहाँ मिड डे मील्स बच्चों को भेजते हैं, लेकिन हमें यहाँ कुछ नहीं मिलता है।
Some 1100 teachers or educational volunteers are engaged for 6 months each year and then terminated. Their stipend money of rupees 4,000 each has not been increased since the last 10 years.
5 महीने काम करा के, वो भी इन रिस्की एरियाओं में जहाँ पे शेर है, कभी भी खतरनाक बारिश आ सकती है, पेड़ों के नीचे यहाँ बैठते हैं, कभी बिजली कड़कने का खतरा रहता है, बादल फट जाएंगे तो उस वक्त उसी दरख्त पर आके गिरेंगे, बच्चे भी मर जाएंगे, हम भी मर सकते हैं।
अगर 8 सालों से मैं यहाँ पे काम कर रहा हूँ तो 8 सालों में मैंने कुछ भी यहाँ पे नहीं देखा है। सिर्फ हमें 2004 से सिर्फ 4000 देते हैं आज तक।
जैसा कि आप लोगों ने देखा यहाँ मोबाइल स्कूल के टीचर हजरातों को और बच्चों को कितनी सारी मुश्किलातों का सामना करना पड़ता है, फेस करना पड़ता है। तो इसलिए मैं गुजारिश करता हूँ गवर्नमेंट से, सरकार से, कि वो इन मुश्किलातों को दूर करने के लिए हंगामी तौर पर एड्रेस करें और इन मुश्किलातों का इजाला हो जाए। मैं मोहम्मद सादिक, सिटीजन जर्नलिस्ट, CNN IBN, बडगाम, कश्मीर से।
Time for a quick break here on the Citizen Journalist Show, but before that, this video blog that came via IBNCJ.com. Now, Paras Jain demanded his answer sheets of the CA examination, and while authorities demanded 500 rupees from him, his efforts with the Information Commission and through the RTI have meant that in future, students will get their answer sheets at just 2 rupees a page.
Last year, I obtained my answer sheets on payment of rupees 500 per subject. After verification of the answer sheets, I got to know that the examination department of the institute had given wrong instructions to the examiners, on the basis of which I was failed in a wrong manner. I wrote several letters to the institute, but they did not take my complaint seriously. Being a single student, I was not able to raise my voice, as other students were not in a position to obtain their answer sheet at such a hefty cost of rupees 500 per subject. Then I decided to challenge the guidelines of the institute before CIC, where my second appeal was dismissed without stating any ground by the Information Commissioner. I further challenged the decision of the CIC before the Delhi High Court, where my writ petition was dismissed. I further challenged before the double bench of the Delhi High Court, where it was directed to the institute to provide the copies of the answer sheets at the rate of rupees 2 per page. Now, with the power of RTI, I have brought a small change in the examination process.
Welcome back to the Citizen Journalist Show, a show that believes in turning a lot of things on its head. Now, we here have often focused on road safety, seat belts, the menace of overloading trucks. But it's the tragic death of a minister in the week gone by that has brought this issue into the spotlight once again. Piyush Tiwari is our next citizen journalist. He started the Save Lives Foundation. It started with the tragic death within his family, but today he's helping the government put together a national comprehensive framework on road safety. Akanksha Pradeep has met him for this story.
5th April 2007, my 16-year-old cousin Shivam was returning from school. As he tried to cross the road, he was hit by a car and left grievously injured.
Sir, help!
He waited for many minutes and asked for help from passers-by. People watched, but no one came forward. After waiting for 45 minutes, he gave up and passed away. It is at that point I realized that everyone is vulnerable on the road and something must be done about it.
In 2008, a year after my cousin's death, I established the Save Life Foundation to improve road safety and emergency care across India. India does not have a comprehensive framework to prevent road accidents, and neither does it have a proper way to provide emergency care to injured victims. And that is when we started working on these two areas, and we began by training police officers and volunteers in rescuing road accident victims. Today, in addition to that, Save Life Foundation is also working with various agencies, including state governments. We believe that the need of the hour is a comprehensive national road safety law that not only works to prevent road accidents, but also provides protection to those who come forward to help injured persons. You too can join us in this initiative to demand a comprehensive road safety framework for India by logging on to our website www.savelifefoundation.org or signing our petition at change.org/roadsafety. This is Piyush Tiwari, citizen journalist at CNN IBN.
Another few days and the shortage of water in the capital is going to be in the headlines. Now, Delhi's Lieutenant Governor has put up a pilot project of a water ATM, a sort of cashless vending machine for water. This in a resettlement colony in West Delhi. But not everyone's thrilled with the idea. Akanksha Pradeep is doing a ground check.
Sabda Ghebra, a resettlement colony in West Delhi, is home to nearly 7,500 families. With no piped water supply, the families here have been dependent on government-supplied water tankers for their daily consumption of water.
एक टंकर में कैसा पूरा पड़ते बेटा? एक टंकर में हमारे पूरा नहीं होते पानी। बहुत को पानी मिलता है, किसको 4 बाल्टी है तो 2 ही मिल जाता है, 2 बाल्टी खाली ले जाते।
कभी आते हैं टंकर, कभी नहीं आते हैं, तो कभी आने से भर लेते पानी, नहीं आने से 2 दिन पर 3 दिन पर आते तो मारपीट दंगा फसादा हो गए, पानी भरते थे।
But in a move to put an end to this acute water shortage, the Delhi Jal Board, along with the Delhi Urban Shelter Improvement Board, launched the Sarva Jal project, by which the residents of such resettlement colonies can draw water from water ATMs at the cost of just 30 paise per litre. 15 such water ATMs have been installed in this colony a few months back. But has this been able to provide a solution to the water problems? Let's find out.
पहले हमें मॉर्निंग में जाके लाइन लगा के पानी लेना पड़ता था, पर अब नो टेंशन।
पीने का पानी तो शुद्ध हो गया ना, और टैंकर का भरते थे, बीमार होते थे बच्चे, अब बीमारी नहीं है कोई।
जिसके घर में नहीं भरने वाले हैं पानी, टैंकर पे जाके सुबह नहीं ले सकते हैं तो अपने पानी लेके आ सकते हैं आराम से।
टैंकर पे जैसे कभी कभी पीने का पानी नहीं मिलता तो पानी की सुविधा हो जाती है, मतलब पीने के लिए
बहुत सुविधा, हमें साफ पानी मिलता है इससे। सर्व जल है इसका नाम, और इससे ये 30 पैसे लीटर मिलता है, और ये बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब फिल्टर का पानी है ये।
Water can be drawn from the ATMs using these Sarva Jal cards. First time users need to pay ₹100 for the card, out of which 50 is a one-time fee. But with the rise in consumption of water during summers, even paying 30 paise per litre becomes difficult for some families.
100 रुपया के काट भरा था, 50 रुपया तो वो लोग के हो जाता, 50 रुपया मिला था। 50 रुपया में बेटा पानी कितना दिन तू पिया वो बता, 4 दिन 5 दिन।
कहीं से इंसान बाहर जाकर कमा के भी लेके आता था। अब ये बताओ गरीब आदमी अपने बच्चों का पेट भरेगा या खरीद के पानी पिएगा?
आप भी जोड़ो 30 पैसे लीटर कितना पानी खर्चा कर सकते हैं? आप तो भी फैमिली वाले हैं ना, कितना खर्चा कर सकते हैं पानी?
कहते हैं जाके पानी यूज करो, आप पानी तो जब यूज करेंगे जनरेटर का आएगा, आधे घंटे तो खड़े होना पड़ जाता है।
देखिए ये सावदा कॉलोनी जो 30,000 लोगों की कॉलोनी है, और इसके अंदर 13-14 मशीनों में पानी पूरा नहीं पड़ता।
पानी की पाइपलाइन से बेस्ट तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता। ये तो फिर भी बस एक फॉर्मेलिटी के तौर पे कभी पीने का पानी मिल सकता है, बाकी बिना पाइपलाइन के गुजारा नहीं हो पाएगा।
While the water ATMs here have received a mixed response, the residents feel that the water pipelines is the only permanent solution to their problems. With Vijay Dipinder Rawat, I'm Akansha Pradeep.
That's all we could pack in here on the Citizen Journalist Show. Keep that feedback coming in. Track us on Facebook, Twitter, and log on to ibncj.com.